I am going to be making egg bake. It's very simple, but it's something that I love to almost always do like on a Sunday because it's so easy to look through the refrigerator, see what I have left over for the week, and then come up with what kind of like egg bake I want to make. You can either make it in a pan or you can make it in a muffin dish or pan, whatever you call it. I'm going to be doing both today. I'm going to get started with chopping up the rest of this pepper first. For the omelet bake, I am going to do broccoli, mushrooms, a little bit of onion, and the green peppers, and then I had some Parmesan cheese left over that I thought would be fantastic in there, so we'll put all of this together. Okay, so first I'm gonna start with we'll call it the veggie bake. I use 1 dozen eggs in my bake, and I also like to add a little bit of milk. I use unsweetened almond milk, but you use whatever milk you like. You can always use water as well, and I think I have about a 1/4 cup here, and this is just to fluff the eggs, make them a little bit more fluffy after they're done cooking, and then I just whisk it for a while, get the eggs all mixed up good in there. Okay. All right, now that we have the eggs all mixed up super good, I am going to add the broccoli. I like to chop the broccoli up really fine, once again with my amazing chopper, just because it is in an egg bake. I don't necessarily like the big chunks of broccoli, so I'm just gonna add, this is like I said, about a cup of chopped up broccoli to that. Kind of look and see how much space it takes up in here. And then I'm gonna add a little bit of the green and red peppers to it as well. Gosh, I would say maybe a 1/4 cup. And then a little bit of onion. I don't like a whole lot of onions, so I'm just gonna take maybe, let's see, I'm a hands-on person here. I'm just gonna take about, what would you say, 1/4 cup and throw it in there. And then I'm gonna add my mushrooms. Once again, probably about a 1/2 cup of that. Then I'm just gonna stir it together again. All we're gonna do is pour it into a 9 by 13 inch baking pan. I did spray it with some olive oil, and now I'm just gonna pour it right in here. Just use my little spatula to get everything out. Make sure it's evenly distributed in there. The other one that I'm going to make in the muffin pan is kind of like a Mexican one, I guess. We had tacos this past week, so I had some stuff left over. I'm going to be using some ground turkey that's seasoned with some taco seasoning, some cilantro, a little bit of salsa, and a jalapeno. So I'm going to show you, I'm just going to cut the jalapeno in half. I'm probably only going to use half of the jalapeno, but for sure you want to get the seeds out because those are super spicy, unless you want super spicy stuff. I don't know if this is for this use, but I'm using it for this. By no means am I a chef. I have 0 culinary skills. This is why I will never be cutting anything up in front of you. But anyways, whatever this is for, I like to use it to take the seeds out of my jalapeno. Okay, next we're going to put together the muffin ones. We're gonna do the taco muffin breakfast thing, I guess. And what we're gonna do first is we're going to add the egg mixture that I have already made up. And we're gonna only wanna fill it about halfway. I did spray this once again with some olive oil. So we're gonna put this in first. And the reason that I don't mix everything together is because otherwise it doesn't distribute evenly into the muffin pan. The heavier ingredients tend to go to the bottom of the bowl, and so it doesn't come out even. And this, once again, I used 1 dozen eggs. As you can see, it fits the perfect amount for in a muffin pan. So what I'm gonna start doing is just taking our ingredients and one by one, just adding it to each little muffin thing. All right, so now, like I said, we're just gonna keep adding the ingredients little by little in here. Don't get too caught up in thinking you have to measure anything, just kind of eyeball it. I'm good at eyeballing things. That's how I cook. So when I have to come up with measurements for recipes, I do struggle a little bit, but I'm gonna do a little bit of salsa in here too. Not a whole lot, but maybe just to give it a little bit of fun flavor. I'm gonna top it off with the pepper jack cheese. I still had some of that left over. So get that on there. Like I said, just use your fingers. Throw in it how you want. We don't want to overthink anything. All right, and I made a mess, but okay, a couple of jalapenos. Now remember, if you put jalapeno in here, it's not going to be super spicy. We removed the seeds and it's going to bake. And I feel like when jalapenos bake a little bit, they're not as spicy. It adds a great flavor as well. And with these, you know, like I said, you can use them as a snack. I mean, if it's lunch, whether it's breakfast, whatever you're doing, you know, add a little sour cream or something fun to it, hot sauce, whatever you like. All right, so we have these completed and we're gonna bake these as well. Same thing, about 350 for 20 to 30 minutes. Probably more on the 20-minute side, but just keep your eye on them, okay? All right, so our egg bake and our egg muffins are complete. They look super good, lots of color. We always like to have lots of color. And like I said, you can use any ingredients that you like, any like omelets you ever order at a restaurant, the things you put in there, it all works with the egg bags. And my only thing is if you're using meat, make sure you cook the meat ahead of time. A lot of times I use bacon in here and I'll cook up the bacon and then I'll chop it up into like small pieces. And anyways, I'm gonna take one of these little egg muffins out of here. We can see how easily it was removed. And I am going to eat one of these taco ones with some hot sauce. All right, and the other thing that I wanted to mention once again is how easy this is to prepare. Do it on a Sunday, look in your refrigerator, see what you have for leftovers, figure it out from there, veggies, anything. And it's so easy to grab in the morning for a nice healthy breakfast, a snack, or for your lunch. There is something similar to this, once again, in my husband's book, Get Your Lean On page 74. So I will include that recipe with what I did today as well at the end of this video.